Okie dokie, let's get cooking. And do the fucking thing. Oh, that's fun. Cool. Well, don't worry. You're not missing anything. We're being plagued by mild technical issues. So, you know, it begins, but that is okay. Hang tight. For better and or worse. All right. Let's check it out. Okay. Well, now it's just me because apparently my connection is unstable and I'm having a fun time with all manner of things. So bear with me for just a minute. We'll be right back. Okay. Well, theoretically, we're back online. But, you know, starting off with a little bit of tech trouble is always understandable. But, let's see. I haven't played this game in many, many years. I've been thinking about how to kick this off in a couple minutes because I'm not really sure how. And I guess the best and easiest way is to just introduce myself and then dive in from there to the project as I'm like starting up the new game and the titles are running. Because the other fun thing is I've pivoted where, well, the technical stuff is less important. That's for another time. But yeah, we're live on Twitch. It's my first time doing the thing. It feels kind of wild to be doing the thing. And yeah, just feels truly wild to be doing the thing. Although I am being told that I should be dialing the live stream back. So live stream. Doop 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 doop. Oh, sick. Okay. So. It's 7:30. Let's go ahead and kick it off. So, welcome to the Falcon Fictive Assassin's Creed live stream, in which I, Bruno Falcon, have endeavored to play through all of the Assassin's Creed franchise and talk about the various different histories therein. Interestingly enough, we'll be talking about the 3 different layers of history in the early games. Specifically, for those who don't know, the Assassin's Creed games cover this fun, near future world where you can, through technology, experience genetic memories in a very vivid way. So we'll be covering the genetic memory history, which is this path that we're walking in right now. We're also going to be covering the present state of the game, which is the voiceover that we're currently hearing. Desmond, I need you to try and relax. Let me try and stay focused. Focus. Try the sound of my voice. Recognize that what you're seeing isn't real. Just a picture of the past. And then the fun thing that I'm really excited to talk about, that I think is going to be kind of the interesting path to talk through, is going to be the ways in which we can talk about the channel of the development timeline of the game. So basically talking about when and where the game is being developed and what that looks like and how that's happening. I just saved your life.
Saved my life? You kidnapped me.
That better for volume?
Animus. It's an animus. I don't even know you people. Why are you doing this to me? You have information we need, Mr. Miles. Information? I'm a bartender, for Christ's sakes. What do you want me to do? Teach you how to mix a martini?
We know who you are, what you are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play coy with me. There isn't time.
So,
an assassin. And whether you realize it or not, you've got something that my employees want. Locked away in that head of yours.
But I'm not an assassin. Not anymore.
Yes, your file indicated as much. Something about an escape. Most fortunate for us.
What do you want from me?
For you to do as you're told. The Animus will allow us to locate what we need. Once we have it, you'll be free to go.
I am not going back in there.
Then we'll induce a coma and continue our work. When we're done, you'll be left to die. Truth be told, the only reason you're still conscious is because this approach saves us time. You're insane. So what is it, Mr. Miles? Live or die? Lie down.
Lie down, Desmond.
There you go.
Lie down, please.
So,
A wise decision. Whoa. Where am I? You're inside the animus. Which is? It's the projector that renders genetic memories in 3 dimensions. Genetic memory? Seems you'll need a bit of a tutorial. Very well. We'll start simple. What is a memory, Mr. Miles?
It's the recollection of a past event.
Specific to the individual remembering the event.
Yeah, sure.
What if I told you that the human body not only housed an individual's memory, but the memories of his ancestors as well? Genetic memory, if you will. Migration, hibernation, reproduction. How do animals know when and where to go? What to do?
That's just animal instinct.
Now you're arguing semantics, Mr. Miles.
better game audio there.
Whatever you call it, the fact remains. These creatures hold knowledge absent the requisite first-hand experience. I've spent the past 30 years trying to understand why. I discovered something most fascinating. Our DNA functions as an archive. It contains not only genetic instructions passed down from previous generations, but memories as well. The memories of our ancestors.
And the animus lets you decode and read these DNA files.
Precisely.
But there's a problem. This is the specific memory we're trying to access. Unfortunately, when you try and open the memory, your mind withdraws. You lack the confidence to step into your ancestor's body. That's what happened earlier. You got knocked out of the target memory and pushed back to a more stable state.
Why?
It's your subconscious. It's resisting. We've found similar reactions among patients who undergo hypnosis to relieve traumatic events. They can't jump directly into the specific memory. They need to be eased in. Even then, there can be problems.
So how do we fix it?
We find a memory you can synchronize with, and move forward from there. You'll get used to it. This is the closest we can get, so it's where we'll have to start. I'm uploading the tutorial program now.
All right, so, yeah, that's gotta go back. There we go.
Warning. Data stream unstable. Attempting to restore synchronization.
Okay, so,
Hello, Subject 17. This tutorial has been prepared in order to better acclimate you to the Animus's control system. Instructions will follow shortly.
let me know if you're getting a little echo, because maybe it's just in my head.
How in sync you are with your
But-
Animus's memories. If you ever fall completely out of sync, the Animus will restore you to your last synchronized position. You are currently dangerously close to desynchronization. Please follow all forthcoming instructions in order to restore system stability. The Animus utilizes a puppeteering concept to control the actions of your ancestor. I'm putting subroutine to validate your body's adaptation to the Animus. We will begin by exploring the default actions of each input.
So, one of the things I really like about
Standing still, use the head button to observe your environment.
these games is the interface in general. I think it's a fun concept. The Animus and the idea of genetic memory was always pretty interesting.
Without causing them to drop what they're holding.
But
Proceed to the marker to continue the synchronization process.
I also think that one of the things that the early games did really well is leverage the use of synchronization, which I just fucked up pretty badly, to create a sense of being on rails without making it feel like a point of friction with the game. I think, like in D&D, for example, you can get the sense of feeling like you're on rails, but at the same time, the goal of the DM is trying to just get you to a place of getting through the overall plot, and genetic memory gives you an opportunity to just move forward. So if the video quality is coming through pretty bad, I think that's probably an input issue on my end. Let me see if I can dial that up.
Well done. The animus differentiates between two fundamental actions, low profile and high profile. Low profile actions are socially acceptable. High profile actions are more action oriented. Hold the high profile button to see how your heads-up display changes the context of the puppeteering inputs. Excellent. We will continue your synchronization process by testing some high-profile actions. Grab and throw this individual onto the marker by using the empty hand button in high profile. Good.
Potato.
Using your knife button in high profile will allow you to sprint. Sprinting is useful to escape from soldiers or to get closer to a fleeing target. However, be careful not to bump into anyone, for you can lose your balance and tumble to the ground. While sprinting, reach the marker before this man does.
Oh yeah, that is super potato. Okay. That being the case, yeah, I see it. Alrighty. Well then.
Well done. The animus will also provide other important information. The social status icon gives you information on your social status. The different states will be explained in context soon. This icon appears when a soldier is looking at you. The yellow color means the soldier is either unaware or suspicious of who you are.
So,
to illustrate the change in awareness level, you will stealth assassinate this soldier.
What you're seeing is an issue with the what you're seeing is actually an issue with the input converter on the Xbox, because I had to pivot to the HDMI. I had to pivot to using the HDMI inverter. Hi, lock on, do the thing. I had to pivot to using the HDMI inverter because I can't run the stream the way I'd hoped from both the Xbox and Riverside at the same time, which is learning curve on my part. This is some learning to do the thing. But as soon as I'm through the tutorial, I will go ahead and take pause and do a quick pivot to try and fix that thing so that I can.
Notice how the social status icon has changed to exposed. Use the ladder and try to break the line of sight. Excellent. The line of sight has been broken. Now run into the roof garden to hide from the soldier. Good. Your social status indicates that you are hidden, but the soldier is still looking for you. Wait until your social status changes again.
Okay, bear with me for just
All that.
second.
Well done. The soldier has lost your track. You are now anonymous, and you can exit the hide spot.
Sorry. I don't know. Okie dokie. Let's see if that will let us go back up. And that ain't right. That ain't right. Ah, now you're seeing me in stereo. That's terrifying. Oh no. Well, okay, guys, this is fun. So we're going to take a moment here because this is a fun moment where somehow the stream has gotten even weirder than I thought it was going to. This is truly wild. This is not how I thought this was going to go, even a little bit. So, I'll be back in like just a second. So, hang in there for me for a minute. Oh God. Oh, lordy. Oh, what's really fun is wow. I hope you get this. This is this is insane. Let's see if I can get back in. I feel bad because now I feel bad mostly because I did test all this and it worked a lot better when I tested it. Let's see what happens here. Technology is dumb as hell. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hop here. Let's go. Go boop doop. And I'm gonna go. Alright, we're gonna. Is it a fucking outfit setting? Bet it is. System. the resolution that you're outputting right now. That would be the problem. Guys, this is why it looks like butts. Because that's the resolution. And it's not letting me increase the resolution because for some reason it does not want to let me. Oh, right. It's 640 by 480, and it won't let me increase from 640 by 480. So I'm just sitting here looking at this, and it's like the pull down is 640 by 480, and this is all you get. You get nothing else. And I simply don't know why it won't give me anything better than 640 by 480. You know, because life is cruel, and sometimes these things happen. And so, I'm going to take a quick moment to take a look at I'm going to take a quick moment to look at let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just download a quick thingy. And I think it will hopefully resolve this particular issue. And then we can go about our day. What the hell? I'm hoarding all the pixels. I also know this is like really high quality streaming, but honestly, for an inaugural stream with y'all, this feels entirely appropriate to a great way for me to feel like really, really good about how this is all going. Because this way, at least, I will be able to feel like, when I feel, I'll feel better about it down the road. Because I'll have managed to do this with you guys, and then like, what's the worst thing that happens is like it can't ever be as bad as this. Because right now I just feel like I'm doing as bad as it possibly could right now. Which is fine. Okay. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and pop out again one more time. One more again. You can riot. I mean, you can riot kind of whenever. Like, whenever is allowed. I think. Like, riot is accepted at any point. Can't you call Daddy Google? Check in and see what Daddy Google's got going on about the pixels. Is he not available to answer any questions? Fair enough. Well, this actually gives me, I think this gives me a better chance to do the pitch on the whole project while I have y'all captive before I even load up the screen for the game. So I had this idea because my friend Jesse and I were talking about, like, how do you talk about how history is kind of recursive and politics are weird in a way that other people can engage with who aren't like here in DC with us and doing the whole dang thing constantly all the time. And it got me thinking about Assassin's Creed and some interesting ways that honestly those games on the 3-layer history that exists inside of them do line up in interesting ways with the development of with history. The first game is kind of fascinating in that it the first game is pretty fascinating in that it is released in 2007 and at the end of the W. Bush era, and is telling the story about kind of the beginning of a new type of forever war in a way that is really kind of bizarre. And it creates a space that I think are that then produces some interesting things in the parallel sort of near future space that is this stand-in for a near future New York that is also in this game that's a post 9/11 game. And what I want to do with this is kind of play through these things and do some stuff that's exploring this a little bit and engaging with it a little bit more. And I am excited to sort of dive into that and play around with it. Yeah, so I'm intrigued to see what happens. There we go. All right, let's see. What's this look like? Okay. All right. Is that looking a little bit less like absolute ass? No potato. Okay. Cool. All right. So we have that solved. We're in the full fun 1080 of the game now. Cool. How's that? More better? Less echo? Oh, there we go. That should do that. Yep, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokie. Yep. Okay. And what happens if I make me disappear? So pin that. There we go. It should be doing that. Why is it not doing that? I don't know why. No. Okay, what happens if I pin me? And then I unpin me. And then I pin that. There we go. Okay.
Excellent. Being anonymous will fill your synchronization bar and make your job as an assassin easier.
Well, goddamn it.
There are different places which you can use to hide. However, you must always break the line of sight first, and then use a hide spot to vanish. Behind the soldiers. Good. Now that you are fully synced, a new ability is
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. This is hilarious and fun. What a beautiful folly. I know. It's going great. Okay. So what are we gonna do? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna let's see. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and figure out why there's no video signal there. Plug that back in. Okay, so that guy's back up. We're gonna bring this guy back online. Okay. We're gonna pop this guy over into Camlink. Pop this guy over here into the universal audio. Okay. Okay. And then I'm gonna leave. Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. I'm still here. Still here. I'm not going crazy. Fucking hell. Good gravy. But yeah. Fuck. It really doesn't want to let me play the video feed. And I don't know what to do about that. It's kind of a problem, because we kind of need the video stream. It's kind of important. You know, for the whole process of the thing. There we go. God damn. And now it's my face in stereo again. Oh no. Damn. But Tom, does the guy who runs the Drill Twitter have the comedic bullshit of, look, it's my face in stereo again? Yeah, damn. As a professional, you would think that, as a video professional, you would think that I had this a little bit better in hand. Unfortunately, it appears I do not. Okay. Maybe. If I don't look at it too hard. We're here.
Well done.
Okay, I gotta remember which ones.
Remember, Eagle Vision will only be available once you are fully synced. Please note that following the Assassin's Creed, your ancestors' way of life will assist you with staying in sync. The Creed consists of 3 tenets. First,
Look at that.
never hurt an innocent person. Second, always be discreet. Third, Do not compromise the clan.
What the fuck does always be
Should you
discreet
lose
mean, though? That's an
You
interesting
can
thing.
restore synchronization by reliving key moments of your ancestor's life, or by respecting the creed. You have successfully completed the tutorial. The most stable memory block will now be loaded.
Okay. It only took like 40 minutes.
Wait! There must be another way. This one need not die.
An excellent kill. Fortune favors your blade.
Not fortune, skill. Watch a while longer and you might learn something.
Indeed. He'll teach you how to disregard everything the Masters taught us.
And how would you have done it?
I would not have drawn attention to us. I would not have taken the life of an innocent. What I would have done is follow the creed.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Okay.
Understand these words. It matters not how we complete our task, only that it's done.
But this is not the way
My way is better.
I will scout ahead. Try not to dishonor us further.
So,
What is our mission? My brother would say nothing to me. Only that I should be honored to have been invited.
The Master believes the Templars have found something beneath the Temple Mount.
Treasure?
I do not know. All that matters is the Master considers it important. Else he would not have asked me to retrieve it.
like I was saying, so the game takes place during the Third Crusade, so that's 1191, and follows Altair, who is this guy. He's kind of an arrogant prick at the moment. The inspiration for the game during the development was it came out after Prince of Persia and was basically they wanted to do something that had the feel of one of the Prince of Persia games that, and the lead game developer was reading up on secret societies and came across the origination of the historic assassins and
what is it?
just kind of ran with it, which is how you end up here with the assassins and then the oppositional Templar, which
Robert de Sab.
Yeah.
His life is mine.
No. We were asked to retrieve the treasure and deal with Robert only if necessary.
He stands between us and it. I'd say it's necessary.
Discretion,
You
Altair.
mean cowardice. That man is our greatest enemy, and here we have a chance to be rid of him.
You have already broken 2 tenets of our creed. Now you would break the 3rd. Do not compromise the Brotherhood.
I am your superior, in both title and ability. You should know better than to question me. Hold, Templars! You are not the only ones with business here.
Well, this explains my missing man. And what is it you want?
Blood.
You know not the things in which you meddle, assassin. I spare you only that you may return to your master and deliver a message. The Holy Land is lost to him and his. He should flee now while he has the chance. Stay, and all of you will die.
what's wild is looking back at how this was taken to be like graphically so visually striking, and now it does feel so very clunky. Even, I mean, I guess it is at this point almost 20 years old, which is bonkers. It's bonkers, but not in some interesting ways. Not a ton has changed in the way these games play. A lot of your movement, things are smoother, things are less grid oriented in your climbing and a lot of the other move speed things, but so much of the core of the Assassin's Creed games really haven't shifted a ton. Even when we get into Origins, which came out, I want to say 6 years ago, your opening sequence is longer, more artful, but similar to that.
Raouf, it is good to see you unharmed.
But mechanically very similar.
Is the master in his tower?
Yes, buried in his books as always. No doubt he expects you.
My thanks, brother.
Safety and peace out there.
On you as well.
So, we're probably not going to get into it. Well, we'll see how far we get today. But one of the other interesting things that I keep coming back to as I think about this game is sort of where we are in the specifically like the American imaginary of the Middle East and conflict in 2007. So the development window leading up to this game is where we really come to start referring to the concept of the American Forever War, specifically focused on the Middle East and Afghanistan, and so much of the visual of communities like this, sort of the mountainous region, homes that look like this, were core to the American imaginary of the places we were talking about and conflict that we were talking about. Now, that wasn't the entire story, but it was a really big part of it. And it's very interesting to see a game coming out where the protagonist is a Muslim assassin
he returns at last.
who is
Abbas.
a protagonist
Where are the others? Did you ride
being
ahead or
framed.
will you be the first one back? I know you are loath to share the glory. Silence is just another form of assent.
Have you nothing better to do?
I bring word from the master. He waits for you in the library. Best hurry. No doubt you're eager to put your tongue to his boot.
Another word and I'll put my blade to your throat.
There'll be plenty of time for that later, brother.
Being framed in this particular set of social circumstances, like this is a we're getting a lot of framing that I think would be familiar to an American audience, especially like an American game and film audience at the time. It brings to mind there's a documentary Real Bad Arab that discusses presentation of Arabic communities, specifically Arab men, in film.
The master waits with
Three Kings. I mean, it's the list goes on and on, but it's kind of fascinating to see a game come out at the time that is really framing a forever war from the perspective of this is our protagonist character, this is our perspective character that is then going to be framed against
Altair,
the European
come forward.
force reconquering
I trust you have recovered the Templar's treasure.
the Holy Land.
There was some trouble, Master. Robert de Sable was not alone.
When does our work ever go as expected? It's our ability to adapt that makes us who we are.
This time it was not enough.
What do you mean?
I have failed you.
The treasure?
Lost to us.
And Robert?
Escaped.
I send you, my best man, to complete a mission more important than any that has come before. And you return to me with nothing but apologies and excuses.
I did.
Do not speak! Not another word! This is not what I expected. We'll need to mount another force.
I swear to you I'll find him. I'll go in.
No! You'll do nothing. You've done enough. Where are Malik and Kadar?
Dead.
No. Not dead.
Malik?
I still live at least.
And your brother?
Gone. Because of you!
Robert threw me from the room. There was no way back. Nothing I could do.
Because you would not heed my warning! All of this could have been avoided! And my brother would still be alive! Your arrogance nearly cost us victory today.
Nearly?
I've what your favorite failed to find. Here, take it. Though it seems I've returned with more than just their treasure.
Master, we are under attack. Robert de Sable lays siege to Masyaf's village.
So he seeks a battle. Very well. I'll not deny him. Go. Inform the others. The fortress must be prepared. As for you, Altair, our discussion will have to wait. You must make for the village. Destroy these invaders. Drive them from our home.
It will be done.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Okay, going back to what I was saying. I'm guessing the volume is better now. Okay, cool. So...
Altair, it's good you've come. We need your help.
What's happened?
Templars. They attacked the village. Most of our people were able to get away. Most, but not all.
What do you need me to do?
Distract the Templars. Keep them occupied while I rescue those still trapped inside.
As you wish.
I mean, I think so. A big part of what I find interesting about this game and the timing, the framing, which, oh yes, I sure can turn on subtitles. Right for sword, and I forgot that this game is from a time when subtitles weren't just automatically on. It's like, what? Why would you do that? And why would you put them? Where would you put them? Yo, does this game not have subtitles? What the f... It's gotta be here. No, now really quickly, I have to look this up. Sorry. I know this is exceptional stream content because this is actually also incredibly interesting to me if this was before. Yeah, okay, cool. So, prior to Assassin's Creed 2, there were not subtitles available for Assassin's Creed. what I can potentially do is not for this time around, but what I can do is actually enable, because the audio quality is so good in the HDMI input, now that we've got things sorted, I can produce auto subtitling in the settings for future streams. So I will be able to, let me make a little note to myself, because that is an important thing. Enable auto subtitle for AC feed in stream, because that's important. I want to make sure that y'all can follow along there, and also interesting that wasn't an accessibility priority, which makes sense. I mean, it's 2007. I mean, it's weird to think about how much has changed. I know that a friend probably shouldn't say his last name on stream. We'll cut that / bleep it from any recording that gets posted. A friend of mine, James, is... How do you block in this game? Cool. Also, man, talk about really... The way they mapped these controls sucks. Compared to modern control. I was worried about this, actually. I've been playing modern Assassin's Creed games, and let me tell you, the fighting controls in this game, bad. Truly and exceptionally not good. Really... just not as come on, parry window isn't that narrow. Okay, where is... Oh, right. I'm remembering things about this game where it's really easy to accidentally kill civilians and other assassins. This game is very intentionally hard in that way, and so that's fun. I also think that I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure that there are some, if you don't save enough assassins here, that has some legitimate bad end game consequences. So we'll see how that goes. But we truly shall see. Oh, right. Apparently I didn't do it fast enough, and so I have to do it all over again. This game is kind of awful and unforgiving in some fun ways. Oh, no. But... pivoting slightly a little bit, because you guys are going to hear me talk about sort of the whole dev aspect of Assassin's Creed and the history aspect plenty over the course of this stream project. I remember Assassin's Creed is the game that I bought Xbox 360 to play. It's like I remember it's the first game that I ever played. I played on a modern console, and I was obsessed with it. It was like Assassin's Creed became the games that I was like. I wasn't the kind of person who was like going to get a game on release except for the Assassin's Creed games, and that was an interesting experience because it was also Ubisoft was doing. It was also interesting because Ubisoft did some interesting things with their release stuff, but also did some interesting. But also never really got me with their other franchises. I played their re-release of Prince of Persia, which was gorgeous and I think generally underrated when it came to the Xbox. But beyond that, like I never got into any of their other like modern day game universes, and I think that I don't know what that says about anything in particular other than that I was a huge Assassin's Creed head in a weird way, as I sit here and ramble on and jump ineffectively. I think that like this was also a game where and I think this is true massively of the early games where it was really, really easy to get stuck in a jump loop where you would, be on, you would try to be running in a direction, get caught on a fence or a tree or, whatever, and then end up falling or trapped.
Where are we going? Up there. We've a surprise plan for our guests. Just do as I do. It should become clear soon enough.
I think the only other thing that I think got lost in the volume mix-up, which we'll be able to get sorted in the post with the splits on the stream, is I think it is interesting, especially in the framing of like as we're looking at this a little bit through like the media critical historiography lens, how Altair, sort of the arrogant maleness of Altair
What you have started
inside of.
You've no claim to it, Robert. Take yourself from here before I'm forced to thin your ranks further.
You play a dangerous game!
I assure you, this is no game.
So be it! Bring forth the hostage! Your village lays in ruins, and your stores are hardly endless. How long before your fortress crumbles from within? How disciplined will your men remain when the wells run dry and their food is gone?
My men do not fear death, Robert. They welcome it, and the rewards it brings.
Good. Then they shall have it all around.
Follow me, and do so without hesitation.
Show this fool knight what it is to have no fear. Go to God!
Oh, my leg! Oh, my leg!
Quiet, or the Templars will hear us.
But it's it's very interesting to see Altair presented as a sort of in the sort of intense, somewhat arrogant frame as a, in the framing of sort of what I'm trying to look at in this sort of somewhat more critical lens, especially early on, and especially in sort of what I think is this. I think that, you know, Ubisoft knows what they're doing, you know, knew what they're doing, presenting him this way. It's easy. Ubisoft is coming to the table selling a product, and I think that part of what's clever about Altair in this perspective is that it, I think, creates some plausible deniability if you're looking at a character who at the time fits both, like, is cool and, you know, edgy, but also fits a lot of the negative stereotypes associated with, you know, the enemy of the American imaginary. And then having, you know, I think as the story progresses, it's interesting to see how that narrative evolves over the arc of the story and then over the arc of the series itself. And, you know, I'll get into that more in subsequent streams and...
To a more recent one.
You did well to drive Robert from here. His force is broken. It shall be a long while before he troubles us again. Tell me, do you know why it is you are successful? You listened. Were it that you'd listened in Solomon's temple, Altair, all of this would have been avoided.
I did as I was asked.
No, you did as you pleased. Malik has told me of the arrogance you displayed, your disregard for our ways.
What are you doing?
There are rules. We are nothing if we do not abide by the Assassin's creed. 3 simple tenets, which you seem to forget. I will remind you. First and foremost, stay your blade.
From the flesh of an innocent. I know.
And stay your tongue, unless I give you leave to use it. If you are so familiar with this tenet, then why did you kill the old man inside the temple? He was innocent. He did not need to die. Your insolence knows no bounds. Make humble your heart, child, or I swear I'll tear it from you with my own hands. The second tenet is that which gives us strength. Hide in plain sight. Let the people mask you such that you become one with the crowd. Do you remember? Because as I hear it, you chose to expose yourself, drawing attention before you'd struck. The third and final tenet. The worst of all your betrayals. Never compromise the Brotherhood. Its meaning should be obvious. Your actions must never bring harm upon us, direct or indirect. Yet your selfish act beneath Jerusalem placed us all in danger. Worse still, you brought the enemy to our home. Every man we've lost today was lost because of you. I'm sorry. Truly I am. But I cannot abide a traitor.
I am not a traitor.
Your actions indicate otherwise. And so you leave me no choice. Peace be upon you, Altair.
So, what's really interesting is how their relationship and sort of the tension between their perspectives.
He's experiencing a far better adoption rate than the other subjects.
I'm still pulling him out. He's been in there way too long.
No, not yet. We're still so far from where we need to be.
We shouldn't risk it.
What's another hour or two?
Why don't we discuss this in the conference room? Give Desmond a minute to stretch his legs.
I really don't see the need.
Warren, please.
Fine.
So, I'll dive back into it in just a second. But one of the things that I think gets, is going to be interesting is how Altair's relationship with the Grandmaster ends up becoming an interesting, it ends up becoming an interesting place to look for commentary on a particular type of American expectation and Western expectation on types of insurrection, specifically Middle Eastern insurrection and Middle Eastern governance. And now I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to be doing right now, because I can't use Eagle Vision yet. And it won't let me. Right, I can't mess with that computer yet. I can go to the bathroom. Right, I think... Oh, no, I can just go to sleep. That's all I can do is I can go to sleep and I can dream. And then I wake up and I can interact with the computer. Right. What fun. Yeah, these games are good. Like, legit good.
If you're questioning my authority in front of the prisoner, there's a word for that. I believe it's called insubordination.
And I don't appreciate you trying to kill him. There's a word for that, too. I mean, it's called stupid.
Lucy, this isn't my decision. I don't set the deadline. But I'm smart enough not to challenge them. Do you want to wind up like Nissa?
I know the accident has everyone on edge.
Which is why there's no time to coddle him.
If you push him too hard, he'll shut down. And then we'll have nothing.
We have nothing now.
But we will. You just need to have a little faith.
Fine. But I want you thinking of ways to improve his staying power. We can't afford to stop every time the man breaks a sweat. It's bad enough we have to trace through all of these useless memories.
I'll do what I can.
Total aside, not entirely as a part of this particular project, Game Study Buddies.
Today, Mr. Miles, I suggest you return to your room and get some rest.
Game Study Buddies, which is Range Touched podcast, just did an episode that touched on some stuff specifically around the interfacing on this game, and Cameron Kunzelman is publishing a book on these games in particular that's coming out that should be coming out fall of this year. That is,
Damn it! They locked the door.
Well worth. I'm very excited to read. So if folks are interested, keep an eye out for that. And that's going to be like the definitive book on these games from a very very different perspective from what I'm bringing to the table. But I'm very excited to see how all that comes together.
Gotta say, that's a little creepy, Doc. Waking up to you standing over me. You been watching me sleep?
We're always watching you. Now get up. We've got a lot of work to do.
Ooh, wonder who I get to kill today.
Don't be so cavalier. Your ancestors almost had the right idea, Mr. Miles. If the deaths of a few people, evil people, no less, could save the lives of thousands more, well, it seems a small sacrifice.
What do you mean, almost?
They didn't go far enough. To use a rather tired analogy, corruption is no different than cancer. cut out the tumors, but fail to treat the source and, well, you're buying time at best. There's no true change to be had without comprehensive, systemic intervention.
Chemo for the masses.
Education, re-education, to be more precise. But it's not easy, and it doesn't always take.
Let me guess. You've got a better solution. What is it then?
Now that would be telling.
So what I find really interesting about the like near future stuff is that while the Third Crusade, is something that, it's got a lot of historiography that, has disputed history, but like it's easy to talk about the attempt of European kings to reconquer the Holy Land. This present feels like it's much more relatable. We see Abstergo here as representative of corporate greed and biotech, the ethical concerns of biotech, and literally like kidnapping Desmond, along with like the inequality and political power that goes along with those things. And we get into, we start getting into some of the changing nature of technology and sort of like how the Animus is sort of a creature of something. Excuse me. Is a creature of something, that could change the world in a meaningful way and produce power in the right hands, which I think is, also telling for, as we're thinking about this game in the context of what comes next, the biotech side.
Felt death's embrace.
You saw what I wanted you to see.
Is really
The dead of the womb.
Present for
and be reborn.
To what end?
Do you remember, Altair, what it is the assassins fight for?
Peace. In all things.
Yes, in all things. It is not enough to end the violence one man commits upon another. It refers to peace within as well. You cannot have one without the other.
So it is said.
So it is! But you, my son, have not found inner peace. It manifests in ugly ways. You are arrogant and overconfident.
Were you not the one to say that nothing is true and everything is permitted?
You do not understand the true meaning of the phrase, my child. It does not grant you the freedom to do as you wish. It is a knowledge meant to guide your senses. It expects a wisdom you clearly lack.
Then what is to become of me?
I should kill you for the pain you've brought upon us. Malik thinks it only fair. Your life in exchange for his brother's. But this would be a waste of my time and your talents. You see, you have been stripped of your possessions. Your rank as well. You are a novice.
I feel the same way about all of the weapons and the blacksmiths. Where it's just like you're just throwing knives willy-nilly, and it's just like that shit gets dented and dinged. You know how long it takes to sharpen that?
First, you must prove to me you remember how
wasteful.
to be an assassin.
So you'd have me take a life?
No, not yet at least. For now, you're to become a student once again.
There is no need for this.
Others tracked your targets for you, but no more. From today on, you will track them yourself.
If this is what you wish.
It is.
Then tell me what it is that I must do.
We have been betrayed. Someone was assisting Robert de Sable, one of our own. You must find him and bring him here for questioning.
What can you tell me of the traitor?
But that's just it. I've given you all I will.
Everything is basically just one color. Well, and also this is very much the era of we're going to let you start at the highest possible power, and then we're going to knock you all the way down to the bottom, just so you can like grow back up. And so everybody, the characters walking around, so it's not, it's less weird game engine stuff and more this. So when you come back here, those patrolling monks are necessary because there are like theoretical stealth approaches to pretty much all of the spaces. So like it's very much everywhere is populated, is meant to be populated with people moving around and going in loops as a way to help visually and narratively justify for you, the player, the ways in which mechanically all of the interaction with crowds and guard patrols and that sort of thing end up playing in.
Safety and peace, Altair.
You're in my way.
Yes, Al-Mualim has asked that I assist you. Remind you how it is we hunt our prey.
I know how it works.
Be that as it may, I have no desire to disobey.
Then be quick.
The Assassin have many tools at their disposal.
Yes. We can eavesdrop, we can pickpocket, or we can use violence to intimidate.
Good, you remember.
So you'd have me walk amongst the others and learn what I can about the traitor?
Yes. Begin by going to the village market. That's where we first spotted the traitor.
You know who it is?
Perhaps.
Then give me a name and let's be done with it.
That's not the way it works. Now go. And remember, begin your search in the village market.
The other thing that's interesting is that so much of this, and I'll come back to this more in the future. So this first game, and I'm realizing now as I think about it, Assassin's Creed 2 has a lot of emphasis on the genetic side of this, the genetic side of the genetic memory, and then the biotech side of a lot of this has a heavy emphasis that gets dropped as you get later into the games in a way that is interesting, that plays out in interesting mechanical ways, especially in like the meta plots, the sort of near future space, which starts to get kind of funny because they start to lean in more on like dispersed tech and sort of this idea of, the digitization of the self, but that is harder and harder to justify given some of the things that they established early on. And so it'll be interesting to see how those things start to come together over the course of the whole thing. Meanwhile, I'm remembering how hard this first Assassin's Creed game can be, because this first one is tricky. The guard sensitivity and failure sensitivity is really high compared even to Assassin's Creed 2, and the 100%, like the sync monitor is really narrow. It's really easy to desync, and it's really easy to desync your ability. It's really easy to desync. It's really easy to fall out of range. And it is a game that can be pretty unforgiving.
Massoud opened the gate. He let the Templars in. Then you must tell Al-Mualim. I can't. Massoud did not act alone. Someone inside the fortress helped him. What makes you say this? He exchanges letters with someone inside. The basket weaver carries them for him.
That's no reason to stay silent.
But the weaver delivered him a letter just before the attack. I suspect it held the order to open the gate.
Then speak to the weaver. He can name Massoud's accomplice.
He's disappeared. Hiding for fear of being dragged into this.
Probably inside one of his own baskets.
it's also a game that it's also your movement is really limited. Like you do have free climb and free run, which was very, very liberating at the time. But like the fact that you can't swim, there are spaces where you can't interact. Very quickly starts to get tricky. Pretty quickly. And now I have to remember how. And it gives you that really nice, fun digital fart noise when you're
just one. We lost everything
messing up.
in the attack and have no place to store our grain.
I can't right now. I'm busy.
Is this about the letter?
What letter?
The letter you received when I got here. Bad news?
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I'll see what I can do, but please, I need to be alone right now. Come back later.
As you wish.
God damn you! Leave me alone! Leave now and I'll let you live.
It's always, yeah, pickpocketing is the worst. I also, this game also suffers from the, there are some really, the mechanics are kind of novel. The like the pickpocketing mechanics and the eavesdropping mechanics are really cool. The line of sight stuff is awesome, as is like the blend in modes, I think, are really fun. For the first dozen times that you do them, and then it's hella frustrating.
Would see this dream destroyed. 2 days' attack was but the first, and more will follow unless you repent. Give up your wicked ways. Rise up against the madman of Masyaf. See through his lies.
I remember failing this one early on. Oh, it's also really frustrating that it doesn't always like change camera angle when it stops locking on, which is fun. I remember failing this the first couple times that I played this game because I didn't realize you couldn't just beat the crap out of this guy in the middle of the street, which felt very stupid at the time. Very, very, Magic the Gathering, to know what the card does, read what the card says it does. Yeah, but an assassin should, know better.
Enough! I yield!
Speak quickly, then. I've no interest in your
It's also wild to me that guy doesn't yield, after punch number one, where it's just
We serve the Templars. You should too. Their cause is just.
This guy's just gonna, deck you.
Jamal, he told me of their plans. Asked me to open the gate.
You betrayed us. We, who called you brother and kept you safe from harm.
I did what I believed was right. And if you must kill me for it, so be it. I am not afraid to die.
Your fate is not for me to decide. It's Al-Muallim who will judge.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
You stand accused of betraying our Brotherhood and opening the way for our enemies. How do you answer to these charges?
I deny nothing. I'm proud of what I did. My only regret is that they failed.
I offer you a chance to repent, to renounce the evil in your heart.
It is not evil in my heart, but truth. I will not repent.
Then you will die.
Also, in the fun generation of
You did well, Tahir, and have earned the right to carry a blade once more.
weird animations of necks being way too long and
What will become
bendy.
of the one who helped him?
It remains to be seen. Some do ill out of ignorance or fear. These men can be saved. Others suffer from corrupted wills, their minds poisoned and twisted. These men must be destroyed. Soon enough, we'll know what sort of man Jamal is.
I've passed your test then. What now?
Oh, my child. We've only just begun. I hold here a list. 9 names adorn it. 9 men who need to die. They are plague bringers, war makers. Their power and influence corrupts the land and ensures the crusades continue. You will find them. Kill them. In doing so, you'll sow the seeds of peace, both for the region and for yourself. In this way, you might be redeemed.
9 lives in exchange for mine.
A most generous offer, I think. Have you any questions?
Only where I need begin.
Very well. Ride for Damas. Seek out the black market merchant named Tamir. Let him be the first to fall. Be sure to visit the city's assassin bureau when you arrive. I'll dispatch a bird to inform the Rafik of your arrival. Speak with him. You'll find he has much to offer.
If you believe it best.
I do. Besides, you cannot begin your mission without his consent.
What nonsense is this? I don't need his permission. It's a waste of time.
It's the price you pay for the mistakes you've made. You answer not only to me, but all the Brotherhood as well now.
So be it.
Take your equipment and go. Prove that you are not yet lost to us.
So as we enter into the open world phase of this game, finally getting out of the tutorial section, one of the fun challenges in self-control, in my mind, is going to be, well, A, counting the number of times that I run into walls. It's going to be a lot. I run into walls in this game
Altair, it seems
constantly.
my students do not fully understand what it is to wield the blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know.
And then another is whether or not I'm going to in any way attempt to like how much extras I'm going to try and do in the space of the stream, because I mapped it out, and if I stream 2 days a week, if I were to 100% all of the games, including Shadows up to this point, it would take me about 4 years to get through this project, which isn't insane, but it is a lot. Like, 4 years is a lot, and twice a day is a lot. I mean, like, I think that I could probably make up a lot of those time with some weekend streams and all that, but I have a feeling that the better approach, except for the games where I'm like, oh no, yeah, I really want to do this, is to, you know, focus on wait, why is this not working? There it is to focus on
The work of a master.
you know, getting through the core stuff
That, my students, is how we all...
And then, we'll dig into the games that I'm more interested in going into. Because this game especially, I think, is... this game is tough. Like, getting into all the extras is a challenge. It's really tough to justify getting into all of the extra nitty gritty, and really going deeper than the core plot, and like collecting all the flags, collecting all the bits and bobs. It's just I don't know if I have that in me for AC1, but we'll see. Like that said, like AC2 Brotherhood and AC2 AC Brotherhood and Revelations, I mean, I might have to 100% those. I'm also seriously considering, just when I get to them, doing, those might just be daytime streams when I don't have work, where I'm, committing to not doing any quest material, and I'm just, going through and I'm doing the content, but I'm, and I'm on stream, but I'm just not, I'm not doing any quest. I'm not picking up any quest markers. I'm not, doing anything that you guys are missing. I'm just, filling in gaps and stuff. Because I am truly incorrigible. I mean, because I'm playing the current game now, both as a act of research and because I like the game and it's good. I don't want to talk about how much time I spend just unfogging the maps. It's too many hours that I just spend going through and actively unfogging all of the maps. Is there a reason to? No, but I just want to see that the map makers do all they've done all of the topography design, and I just want to see it. And it looks really pretty, and it just feels like that's I should take the time to go and see as much of it as I can. I will say one thing I want to read up on, I will read up on ahead of the next round of streams, is the I know that they do a lot of zooming in and out for the geography to make things fit.
Structures to gain a bird's eye view of your surroundings.
But I am curious about the geographical accuracy and sort of relative representational geography of Assassin's Creed, because that is something that I know was really, especially once they get into Assassin's Creed 2 and carrying all the way through up to and into okay, apparently I can't go there. Up into 3 there, and then in Origins and parts of there are other games. Geographical accuracy is incredibly important, so I'm just very curious about how much that plays in here, versus just sort of vibes. Oh man, Okay, that is wild though, because that makes me feel no way. Is that the entirety of this game? No, because there's Damascus. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, Kingdom has 12 viewpoints. All right. I was like, okay, this game can't be that small. Yeah. I will I don't think I 100%ed this game until I think much more recently. I think it can't have been. Who are you? Okay, it wasn't just me. He was really milking that death. That was a lot. That just felt kind of unnecessary. I didn't 100% this game until like a few years ago. I mean, I guess it's probably closer to like 10 years ago, but still, it was a long while after the release before I actually managed to 100% this game. And I think I distinctly remember it was a game that I absolutely needed guides to complete. It was a tough one to finish on my own, and it was pretty brutal. Oh. Well, fine. Oh, I'm also now remembering all of the little pitfalls that I've totally forgotten about, like getting climb stuck, where you get into a place where you can't move left or right and all you can do is hang. That's fun. Love old games like that. Oh. Wait. But I do have to admit, it is pretty. It did, it for its time, because this is like, I don't think they still haven't done, they have not done any sort of enhanced edition or re-release of Assassin's Creed. It's wild because they've done like the mobile game, so you can play Assassin's Creed on literally anything at this point now. It's kind of like Doom, but it does still, it's definitely a game of its time, but it holds up. It still looks pretty good. I can see what they were doing. Why does everyone want to kill me right now? Just let me get to Damascus. But yeah. So Yeah. So this is also, I think this is also one of those games where it was one of the first games that really, I remember it's one of the first games that I played where you had a horse, you could ride a horse, but did you? It was like, I don't know, what's the point of the horse? Oh, nope, right, I cannot swim. This is going to keep happening. My brain is going to be like modern Assassin's Creed. I can just dive in the water and swim across that thing. No, you can't. You will die. You will immediately desynchronize and die because that's how this game works now. Yes. I don't currently have the Horse Girl alarm set up. I will make a point of getting that built in to... So things that are coming, improvements that are coming to the stream, other than a more stable video feed. Although we seem to have, knock wood, we seem to have found something that's working consistently. So we're gonna keep working on this and banking on it, moving forward. I do have the Stream Deck, so I will be working on doing integrated. I'm not going to blink at it. It's terrible. It's terrifying. Going to be working on an integrated soundboard with specific cues as we get into things, just for funsies. On the Discord, I will take soundboard requests and put in sort of your standard fun stuff, the Horse Girl alarm, and some other things with legit credits for all of those shared when they're used. As we get into actively doing stealth, I do have the stealth queue when we are in stealth, and then when we're back up and in the world, we have that. So that's already ready to go. So, we've got some production design already built in a little bit. So we're going to be able to do that and have some fun there. As the puppy ages up, we'll start to get a little bit more furry, fun friend cameos. At the moment, she's currently locked up in her fun little prison. Because she's not to be trusted outside of anywhere for any extended amount of time for any reason, because puppy, 5 months old, what you gonna do? So that's what I know at the moment about stuff, things, and everything in between. Other than trying to get to Damascus, which I've never been to. The other thing that Assassin's Creed there are lots of reasons and a lot of games that make me wish I could travel more. The series really makes me wish I could travel more. One of the things I really enjoy about running around Assassin's Creed is it's so dumb, but because it's a game that makes it really easy to want to move around on foot, it does, especially late game when you're sort of running around from place to place, it does make a lot of spaces feel really appealing, and I think that it makes me wish that I've never been to Damascus. I've never been to again, getting ahead of the curve a little bit. When we get to Revelations, Constantinople is a place. Istanbul is a place that I have never been and would very much like to go. Because it seems like just a gorgeous city, for all manner of reasons. Just for you, Tom. Just for you. Oh, right. And that's part of the reason why the collectibles in this, I think, in this particular game were incredibly difficult, because they were like flags that they would just kind of. There were like, I think there are like 600 different flags, and they're all just kind of everywhere. There wasn't a ton of, pardon the pun, flagging around. Where each of the individual collectibles were, and that was a huge pain. Also, I can't remember if it will... Okay, yes, it will let me escape into a city.
When you are exposed, throwing soldiers from rooftops and into structures is a useful way to create an escape route.
I'm really frustrated that they haven't made one of these games in Prague. Honestly, I think that... I know that they'll never make a game... I know that they'll never make an Assassin's Creed game based during World War II, because... yeah, I just don't think that... I don't think they could get away for a lot of reasons. But I think that... an Assassin's Creed game based in Prague during World War II would be... yeah. It could be exceptional, but you could also do it. Prague is also a fascinating city for all sorts of reasons, from all sorts of eras. So
You're hurting me. I need help. Please, anyone.
God.
Is that the last of them? I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon either.
Oh, man.
You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it.
There's something about that shot that made me think very strongly of when you zoomed in really, really, really far on worshippers in that game, Good and Evil, where you played God and you had your little animal deity thingy. And they did weird dances, and you could never get enough resources to actually build a temple, and your little dude always died. Black and white, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I think the Bolshevik Revolution could be interesting. That would be sick. Well, you need you need massive shoulders to carry all the books, and to hide all of the assassins. But I did this is one of those mechanics that I really loved and I thought was really novel. The idea that there were groups of people that looked enough like you, and also it created this sense of being able to it's just sort of a different structure of blending. But again, here we are in the how many times are we going to save the citizen? It's gonna be so many, because this just becomes, the game becomes a little bit too, we're just gonna do this over and over again. And now I complain.
Thank you, my dad. I only wish my sons were half as brave as you.
But now I can't unsee the black and white worshipper. Everyone's sad. The grain is rotting. Well, and I think it was also it was the idea of you have these different sectors of Like, you have these different sectors of the map, and each of the sectors have a certain number of events, and each of the events contribute to a certain amount of sync, and you have to get a certain amount of sync to progress. And that's, which I think is interesting. I think that is, sorry, I know that what I just did with the camera was like totally unwatchable on stream. But you had to, I mean, so from that perspective, I kind of like, I understand, and like it ends up becoming, I think, a much more compelling model, because I think that at this point they figured out how to make it basically, they do the same thing in the modern games, but it's just contracts. It's contracts that they don't, like, there isn't, it's not attached to anything other than currency in game anymore. But it still happens. In a way that I think is very interesting. Oh, also shout outs to D&D crew. I'm repping my Anne Berlin Sherwood, transcends titles today. So okay, I'm not going to do that every time. I will do it when I stealth, but I won't do that every time because that's going to get impossible. But it's fun to do sometimes. Let's see where. So here, but then here was the, yes, there we go. The other thing that I really like about this game is that the viewpoints were a really interesting way to open up the map and create space that then gave you a lot to work with. Where it's like, cool, now you have all of these other places, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. This map is really small, like, compared to a modern map. This, like, I can tell just that the footage, like, the amount of space that this map takes up is incredibly small, but there's so much stuff, so many viewpoints, so many things to interact with, which in some senses is great, but in other senses it just means that, like, it's like, if I wanted to play through, I could constantly be interacting with stuff that I had to be doing, which is what's going to happen right now. I'm going to save another citizen, because of course I am, because you might as well cross it off the list, and get things done. You can walk, you can basically run into something that you have to do every time you turn a corner, which creates this sense of density, but also starts to feel very repetitive.
Good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me. I owe you my freedom, stranger.
What happened here?
But I had, fuck. I hadn't really picked up on, or had totally forgotten, that doing the Save the Citizen thing does unlock stuff like hiding spots or groups of dudes, which is useful. And it does at least create an incentive, which is better than I remember. But
tale I have to tell of a merchant prince without peer.
Right. Eagle Vision is also... Eagle Vision was also just not as good in this game as it would grow into. In part because, like, the first-person Eagle Vision thing was a huge pain. You could only do it while you were standing still. It had this weird zoom-in effect. It's interesting going back. This game does for sure date itself in some interesting ways. But at the same time, like, you really do see the foundation. So much of this game is not visually that different from even, you know, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was the most recent game to come out before Shadows, or Odyssey, which was their big open world. Like, it's significantly upgraded, but it's not that.
You as well, friend.
All the bones are still the same.
Think nothing of it. A few of your brothers were here earlier, in fact. Oof, if you'd heard the things they said, I'm certain you'd have slain them where they stood. It's quite all right.
Yes, you've never been one for the creed, have you?
Is that all?
I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the Mass?
A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it. Now tell me where to find him.
Surely you remember how to track an enemy.
Of course. Learn where he will be and when. But that sort of work is best left for... I understand.
Go and search the city, determine what he's planning and where he works. Preparation makes the victor.
What can you tell me of him?
Tamir makes his living as a black market merchant, so the Souk district should be your destination. I would suggest you seek out the following places. A small souk northeast of here, the madrasa to our east, and in the gardens north of this bureau. Focus on these places and you should become well known to you.
I assume you want me to return to you when this is done.
Yes, come back to me. I'll give you
a whole district of soup.
As you wish.
Remember, Altair, if you find...
Honestly, I'm surprised that given the love of soup here in DC, I am surprised that there isn't a pop-up restaurant called Soup District.
Do you understand? Yes. To bring the enemy inside would compromise the Brotherhood. Very well. Off you go.
What's a maple leaf? What's a hockey? I'm unfamiliar with most of the words you're using. Sorry, I'm kidding. So it's like a cult? Whenever someone tells me something is like a lifestyle, I assume it's a cult. Yeah, okay. I appreciate your honesty. What I don't appreciate is someone dying and sounding a lot like having an orgasm right off screen. It's so bizarre.
What happened here?
Oh. Ooh. I think I'm about to die. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Can I? Nope. Oh, yeah. Definitely gonna die. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100% gonna die. Run away. No, why won't you run away? Yeah, no. Run away? Like, disengage. Yeah, no. But what if you, disengaged and then ran away? There you go. Good job. Yes, yes. Run, 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 run. Run away. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nope. That's the button. Ah, okay. I don't want you anymore. What I do want is... Oh, right. Oh, right. Now I have to go and climb all of the things. God, so, right. Ugh. Ugh. And then this block of text is what makes this game kind of insufferable. 0 out of 6 investigations. Complete 2 investigations are needed to access the assassination memory. Climb a viewpoint to locate them. Which is fine. It's totally fine. But for me, this particular approach to gameplay always produced a weird kind of friction. But, you know. It's all... What I do like about this game is that all of the viewpoints are high enough that if you get up to them, I think they can't keep... Oh, right, and you can synchronize viewpoints while you're still wanted. Yeah, so there's some stuff that's still fun and a little bit weird. I'll take it. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have some more fun stuff to do. Right. Truly. So, now let's go do an eavesdrop. Oh, right. I forgot the fun part of this, which is I can ask you guys what I should do next. I'm going to go ahead and do an eavesdrop first, but I'm also going to break these nice ladies' pots, obviously, because I'm a terrible, terrible person, and I hate porcelain.
So, how did you manage to do it?
It wasn't easy, my friend. No, not at all. Cursed merchant caught me trying to steal from him. Called for help.
I can't imagine the guards were pleased.
At least a dozen of them appeared. All well armed and spoiling for a fight.
What did you do?
I ran over, under, and through the crowd. Knocked over a few stalls for good measure. But they kept coming.
Then how did you escape?
With a little help from my friends.
What do you mean?
There's a couple of my brothers who gather around the southeastern exit of the souk. They let me pass and then turned their attention towards the guards. Kept them distracted while I got away. Without their help, I wouldn't be here right now.
All right. And now, let's go beat up some chumps. And then I think, unfortunately, friends, I'm going to have to call it after I beat up some chumps. Because my darling wife has been delayed out in Virginia. Which means that my poor, totally sad, overly neglected dog has been locked up a little bit longer than I'm entirely comfortable with, and I just feel guilty about that for her. But I was usually my goal is long. I know exactly my goal is. So now that and unfortunately, because of her age, I can't pause because she won't go back in. Because if I put her back in, it kind of we're worried about poisoning the whole crate thing. I've been out of the house all day, and it's kind of the in and out thing. She's starting to like lose interest in. Oh, Saved by the Bell. Val just got home. Hell yeah, we're on. I don't gotta go upstairs at all. Stream until I die. Okay. I take it all back. We'll be here for a while. And by a while, I mean for at least like, another hour.
Tamir drove a caravan in those days between Damascus and Jerusalem. But recent business had been poor. It seemed there were none in Jerusalem.
I know I'm too far away to interrogate. I'm not going to go past the guards.
And so Tamir left, riding north and wondering what would become of his supplies. For soon, he would surely spoil. That should have been the end of this tale.
Okay, I was too far away before, and now I'm too close. You know what? You're useless to me.
Otherwise, some say, were it not for Tamir, Salah-ad-Din's men would have surely turned.
Do me a favor. Toss soundboard requests in the React requests on the Discord as well. And I'll update the title for the channel, but yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you look familiar.
And I'll put that on my list of things to do ahead of next week. No, you idiot! Don't climb the fucking ladder. And now.
You seem to know quite a bit about Tamir. Tell me what he's planning.
I know only the stories
Thank
I
you.
tell, nothing more.
A pity. There's no reason to let you live if you've nothing to offer in return.
Wait! There is one thing.
Continue.
He is preoccupied as of late. He oversees the production of many weapons.
What of it? They're meant for Salah-ad-Din. This does not help me, which means it does not help you.
No, stop, listen! Not Salah-ad-Din. They're for someone else. The crests these arms bear, they are different, unfamiliar. It seems Tamir supports another, but I know not who.
Is that all?
Yes. I've told you everything I know.
Then it's time for you to rest.
So what I don't get is, did he murder that guy? Because I feel like the interrogation thing, it feels like that should have just been like a beat him up and not kill him. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't know.
Let go of me. I've done nothing wrong.
Speak!
You are spent!
Also, really dislike that it makes me take the sword back out after I beat up some dude. But you know.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
Cool, cool, cool. Doing the thing. Totally didn't even realize there was a flag there. Great. Nope. What? Nope. Yep. Cool. Nope. Okay. Climbing to nowhere. Nope. Can't go there either. Alrighty. Doop 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 doop. Yeah, it is interesting though. Oh God, the doctor. I won't remember his name. Higher? Yes. It is wild to think that there's this balance of you do kill a lot of people as an assassin, and like who is innocent is a thing the game doesn't do a great job of establishing in a way that is kind of tough to square, right? Because it seems to me that there are a lot of people that, especially in this early game, you know, it has an interesting perspective on who is innocent, who is worth defending, like, and I think it's not entirely inconsistent on that, but I think that it takes at least a couple of games before that really starts to solidify in a way that I think has a solid consistency. The way you have by the time you get into like Brotherhood, which I think is where that mentality kind of the creed really kind of comes together for a lot of folks.
I'll have your hand for that. Want a bargain? I'm your man. Come. Go away. You can't steal my treasure. This will cost you your life.
Can you expand on that? I'm missing something there.
It's good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me. I owe you my freedom, Sergeant.
What's this? So we murder nearby.
Huh, fascinating. Gotta go. Gotta go. Was reading a fact that I did not know.
I found him. He's here.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the whole yeah. I mean, so it's been a while since I've read any actual literature on the origins of the assassins as a historical entity, but that was, I mean, that it was drug use was a part of sort of seeking enlightenment, or a type of like what's the word? It's not zeal. It's not nirvana. But yeah, there was definitely an aspect there. No? Yes? No? Pop out? Okay, there you go. Also, note to self, I think I need to get a more comfortable desk chair. I'm going to stay on audio, but I'm going to mute my camera for a second so that I can do a standy and a stretchy. So that I'm not bending over in front of the Logitech for you weirdos. Whew. Yeah. So, okay. I'm bringing back Moose visibility. Moose is here. Moose is here. Hi, Moose. Hi. Let's see, here's a moose. Moose is here. I will not deny you the moose. The big orange one is here. Apologies. I would never. Moose is probably the most effective assassin in this house. His kill count is higher than anybody else. He murders mice like nobody's business. It's really actually kind of terrifying. We have never had a rodent problem because we can tell when they're starting to come in for the winter, because he just immediately goes on lookout, kind of like Altair right here, right by our fridge, and he just starts like perching out.
It's rats. No, it's children. I hear them laughing. Rats or children. Either way, it's bad for business. All that noise. Someone needs to get up on those beams and clear them out. I wonder how they're getting up there. Must be through the central courtyard. Then we should ask the guard to have a look. Ah, they're all much too busy polishing the backside of their master.
Yeah, that conversation is just Moose every winter, thinking about how all of the rodents might interact with the house, and what he has to do about it, as he stares at the fridge, which is why we don't have them. Our pup Chewy is in a close second, but he's only ever dealt with the backyard, so. And honestly, we don't like it when he does that, just because he's good at it, but like, you don't really want that out of your dog. Oh man, I just remembered that Assassin's Creed was before parkour was a thing. Like, parkour was obviously a thing, but like, this is where Assassin's Creed is where the whole parkour thing came from, right? Like, the parkour episode of The Office came out of a series of events that started with Altair being weird and like kipping up on the side of a building. Almost certainly. Man, the only thing that's going to pull in an audience more effectively than me referring to George H.W. Bush is The Office. Really love to know how to pull in a nice millennial audience. While we're here, can somebody explain Skibbity Toilet? Just for me. I know kids are bad for business, but I just want to make sure, how do I know how to identify kids so that, like, if anyone comes and talks about what a skibbity is, I know, and I can turn them away for the business, you know, for the sanctity of the business.
You've no reason to stand here. Leave.
Sorry. All right. Slowly but surely, we are establishing a perimeter around the poor district of Damascus. So I think what I'm realizing is that objective-wise, I think I am going to be going for a bit more of a, like, I'm going to try and I'm going to want to hit the viewpoints. I think I am going to probably try and rescue all of the civilians or all the innocents. But I'm not going to be going for all the flags on this one. In the same way that, like, when we get into Assassin's Creed 2, I'm interested in going for, like, I'll probably go for all the feathers, but not all the treasure chests. You know, just sort of, they're, you know, some collectibles are narratively interesting, and some are not. And some collectibles are mechanically interesting because I think it's like, getting all the viewpoints I think is actually worth doing. It is something that interacts with the game more effectively, and some just aren't. So, look at that. Oh man, check it out. We get to beat up another guy. Great news for us. Oh, it's eavesdropping. All right. Fair enough.
Your presence annoys me. I'll have your hands on that.
He's called another meeting.
What is it this time? Another warning? Another execution?
No, he has work for us to do.
Which means we won't be paid.
He's abandoned the ways of the Merchant Guild. Does as he pleases now.
He treats us as if we were his servants.
And the guard does nothing to stop him.
Enough. We must go. If we're late, he'll be angry, and we'll suffer for it.
Perhaps one day, someone will have the courage to stand up to him.
Perhaps. But until that day arrives, we should do as told.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, let's go save this citizen.
Go away. I'll have your head!
Alright. The left and right trigger thing is going to take some time to get used to again. Oh, come on.
Praise God, you've saved me. All the city will know of your sacrifice.
Be strong! Strong like Salahadin!
Alrighty. I do think we are going to go for this last viewpoint, and then I am going to call it for the evening, though, because it's about 10. And with the tech stuff, I want to make sure that I can button up the stream clean and make sure we're... Oh, oops, sorry. And that the recordings and all that are looking good on this end. And then... now that we've got this going, I feel like we're in good shape for next time around. So, what to do? One last climb for the night. Up, and on. Okay, we have gotten all the viewpoints in the poor district. And next time around, I feel like we're going to be able to hit the ground running and build out and actually get through a good chunk of, I think the first, let's take a quick look at the memory log. So, I have a feeling we're going to be able to, let's see if it'll, let me actually zoom out at all. No. So we're here. And it's not going to let me look any further. So we're in memory block 2. I have a feeling that we're actually going to be able to make some pretty strong headway through the next few memories the next time we sit down. So I'm feeling pretty good about getting at least a few actual assassinations in next time. So the next team schedule, I think, so next Thursday at 7:30. You know what? I know. I saw in the Discord that I'm taking on. Did I see right that it's the guy who runs the drill Twitter, and I get it. Sometimes you gotta really pick a David and Goliath story, but I think that it's worth it to swing hard, swing high. But no, I think for now I'm gonna start with once a week, and we'll see how it goes from there. If you're not following on the social media, please do, just for funsies. Over the next few days, I'm going to pull some of the fun bits, like the various ways in which I totally failed at the stream, and make those into fun little TikTok-y things, and put those on TikTok so that there's stuff on TikTok to watch. But then I will show, I'll see if there are some fun bits from the stream itself to actually toss up on Instagram and TikTok to actually take a look, and we'll see you next time. See you this same bat time, same bat channel. See you guys on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in, and keep fighting the Templar.